If you've been freaked out by a book or movie in the past 30 years, there's a 50-50 chance Stephen King was involved. Okay, that's a pretty unscientific claim, but come on, we're right? Well, whether or not our wild claims are accurate, Stephen King is one of the most well-known, well-loved, and prolific authors of our and maybe any generation. This is his twisted, dark, actually totally normal and generally nice bio in 2 minutes. Stephen Edwin King was born September 21st, 1947 in Maine, a state he would call home and use as a setting for many of his novels for most of his life. When he was very young, Stephen's father left the family claiming he was just going out to get some cigarettes, a thing we thought only happened in black and white noirs, but guess not. At 11, Stephen discovered a love of horror, fantasy, and sci-fi when he found a book of H.P. Lovecraft stories that belonged to his dad, so I guess thanks for something, Dad. Stephen got bitten by the writing bug, which, if Stephen King's life were a Stephen King novel, it would mean he turned into a giant monster pencil or something, but nope. He just started writing and in 1967 sold his first short story. Over the next few years, King graduated from the University of Maine, married fellow author Tabitha, and the two had their first kid. In 1973, King sold his first novel, Carrie. From there, it's off to the publishing races with Salem's Lot, The Shining, The Stand, and they had 2 more kids. That's not a book. He had 2 more kids with Tabitha. Amongst these were 5 installments of a story called The Dark Tower, published in the Magazine of Fantasy and Science Fiction. Well, we all know what happened there. Also, in the 80s, he got sober, kicking booze to the curb. Yay, Stephen! King had published 54 novels and tons of short stories, and by the time this video is over, I bet he'll have published another. Nearly half of those have been made into movies. The Kings have their own charity called the Stephen and Tabitha King Foundation, and the guy has won so many awards, I sincerely doubt he's even aware anymore. He's just like, what is this, Nobel Peace Prize? Okay, yeah, put it on the shelf, I don't care. In the late 90s, King was struck by a van while taking a walk near his home in Maine. The freak accident left King with severe injuries from which he recovered, but it said he slowed down his breakneck creative pace pretty considerably, which means, you know, just like 1 book a year. My God, I'm a slacker. Stephen still lives in Maine with Tabitha, and in addition to writing, he's tweeting world-class burns against Donald Trump. King's outspoken political views have led some to call him to run for governor of Maine in 2018. King has said he has no intention of running, but I wouldn't sleep on the possibility of a governor Stephen King. Well, actually, I can't sleep now after thinking about his novels, so yeah, kind of works out. What's your favorite of King's many works? Do you think he'd make a good governor? Do you still eye every vintage car with suspicion because you were way too young when you saw Christine? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more.